The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com. The Radio Memories Network welcomes you to the earliest days of radio. All this is still ours today through the Radio Memories Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the radio audience.
Hi everyone, this is John Grimmett. Welcome back once again on another leg of our journey up through the 1930s in old-time radio. We're on a real journey this week, something of a train journey, along with the Empire Builder and the Great Northern Railroad. And as I promised, here's a little history of the Great Northern Railroad and the Empire Builder. The Great Northern Railroad was founded by James J. Hill, one of the great railroad barons of the 19th century. He was nicknamed the Empire Builder, and later he had a train named after him, supposedly because every business he started became a massive success, and the name became even more appropriate as his railroad empire grew and as he began to attract pioneers and settlers to come out west. James J. Hill was born in 1838 in Ontario. He became interested in transportation in 1856 when he left home at the age of 18 to look for a job in the shipping industry. He wanted a seafaring job. He wanted to travel to Europe or to Asia. Well, instead, he wound up working on the Mississippi in the steamboat industry for about 10 years. He was based in St. Paul, Minnesota. He acquired his first railroad, the St. Paul and Pacific, in 1878. Then, just after that, he teamed up with 3 Canadian investors. And then in 1879, they reorganized the St. Paul and Pacific into the St. Paul, Minneapolis, and Manitoba Railway, linking Minneapolis with Winnipeg to the north. Well, under that same team of investors, the railway began its expansion westward, reaching Devil's Lake, North Dakota by 1885, and then Montana by 1887. In 1881, Hill acquired the Minneapolis and St. Cloud line. And then in 1889, Hill changed the name of the MNSC, that was the Minneapolis and St. Cloud line, to the Great Northern Railway Company. The MNSC combined with St. Paul and Pacific in 1890. And then the two companies together then became the Great Northern Railway, and the line stretched to Montana. Well, a lot of pioneering took place after all of this. One of the big barriers that had to be overcome was how to find a route over the Rocky Mountains. Well, Hill hired a surveyor named James F. Stevens to go out and try to do so. Now, Stevens located a point called Marias Pass. Construction on the tracks began in late 1890, and by 1893, a line to Seattle had been completed. Now, I'll have much more on Hill's efforts and career later in this series on Empire Builders. Episode 8, coming up in a couple of weeks, is about Hill. We'll be presenting a remake of the premiere episode of Empire Builders. That premiere episode, as I told you a couple of weeks ago, was originally performed in January of 1929, coinciding with the opening of the Empire Builder passenger rail. Well, the remake is, of course, actually using the same script, but it was re-performed for the radio in 1931, and we'll be playing that for you in just a couple of weeks. The Empire Builder was the most famous passenger line in America until its demise. It opened service in 1929. It went all the way from Chicago through to Portland. Now, the first episode of the radio show corresponded with this opening in 1929. The longest railroad tunnel in America was built for it at Bern, Washington. It was the Cascade Tunnel, 7 miles long. The tunnel dedication was broadcast live over NBC in January of 1929, January 12 to be exact. Graham McNamee was the MC. It was a historic link-up of 3 cities along the NBC network. Well, the Empire Builder continued service until 1970. From the 1940s onward, it was famous for its domed cars, big glass tops with spectacular views of the Rockies. The Great Northern Railway came to an end in 1970, and so did the Empire Builder. The Great Northern Railway became the Burlington Northern Railroad through a complete merger with the Northern Pacific Railway. The Burlington Northern Railroad merged with the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe to form Burlington Northern Santa Fe, or BNSF, which you can see all over America today. The BNSF is now the second largest train system in America, covering the entire western U.S. and stretching as far east as Chicago and Birmingham, Alabama. All the lines laid by Hill and the Great Northern Railroad are still used today. Oh, and here comes that train again, right on schedule. Well, that leads us up to tonight's show. It's from January 5, 1931. Empire Builders tonight focuses on the Great Depression. It gets a little preachy, a little political tonight. In 1931, the Depression was well underway, with Herbert Hoover still president. Mid-sized business owners were still laying off workers in 1931, trying to cut costs and survive. This show presents an argument of sorts, an argument that layoffs not only are unnecessary, but they only deepen the Depression and everybody's misery. The main character here is Bert Pons, a lumber mill owner. Bert has told one of his managers to fire half the staff in the mill. The manager refuses to do so, and then Bert threatens to fire him too. Well, while writing The Empire Builder, Bert meets the old-timer and, by coincidence, the fiancée of his manager. Bert then also winds up with an abandoned baby. Symbolic baby, abandoned by someone who couldn't afford to take care of it, no doubt because they, too, had been laid off. Along with the old-timer, the fiancée gives Bert a bit of a tongue-lashing for his attitudes, lectures him on how his business practices are hurting everyone. Well, tonight's a good time to talk about the Depression a little bit, especially its effect on radio in particular. It's been said that the success of radio in the 1930s was due almost entirely to the Depression. Movies and theater were just too expensive for most people. It made good economic sense. You save up a little money, buy a radio, the rest is free entertainment. The Depression affected radio in another way, too: content. The Broadway season of 1930 was also a crash. Hardly anyone wanted to spend on dinner and a play after that. It took a few years for Broadway to build up steam again, and in the meantime, production on Broadway nearly ended, especially in 1930 and 31. Writers, actors, and crew all needed jobs. Where did they go? Radio, of course. Many went to Hollywood, started working in movies. The movie industry also blossomed. A lot of them worked in radio to supplement their pay. There was an explosion of drama and especially comedy serials in 1931 and 1932. Jack Benny, Fred Allen, Eddie Cantor, Ed Wynn, George Burns all started as stage performers. They joined radio late in their careers during the Depression. Most started broadcasting in 1931. Well, a good example of radio serial from the early Depression is The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer. Tonight we hear episode 2 of this series. The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer is dated either 1931 or 1933. There's a bit of an argument about that. Most catalogs say 1931. I'm going to play it in 1931. It's been panned by collectors. A lot of people say they don't like it. Very hokey, very cheesy, but quite entertaining. I enjoy it. Entertaining, or rather historic, in the sense that it is one of few surviving serials of the period. It's one of the earliest surviving recordings of such a serial, and of course we have it in almost full completeness as well. Now, Lum and Abner started in 1931, but our earliest recording of that duo is from 1932. Cy and Elmer was one of the many examples of Amos and Andy takeoffs. They weren't really imitating Amos and Andy, although they did follow the same 15-minute daily format that was started by Amos and Andy. They have much more in common with Lum and Abner, though Lum and Abner were certainly much better made. Now, there were a lot of other earlier Radio Hick serials. The Radio Hick subgenre, if you can call it that, dated back to the mid to late 1920s. One good example is Luke Higgins' Main Street Sketches, which aired over WOR and other stations in 1928. Now, we heard one episode of that show way back at the beginning of Radio Journeys. Well, Cy and Elmer was a syndicated series. It was syndicated first by R.U. McIntosh Associates. Later it was also distributed by Recordings Incorporated and Hollywood Radioscriptions. Both of these companies were located in Hollywood. The writer of the series was Perry Crandall. Not much else is known about the series. I haven't been able to locate the names of the actors, actually. Still looking for that. Well, after we hear The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer, Episode 2, we're going to hear the last of 4 episodes we have of the Friendly Five Footnotes, and that would wrap up tonight's program. So here we go, a full hour of really great old-time radio. We'll see you just after the shows are finished. Enjoy.
Westinghouse KYW, the Chicago Herald and Examiner Station.
Northern Railway presents Empire Builder. Tonight's Empire Builders playlist comes to you as a reminder that with all the talk about depression, there still are people and organizations who are too busy working for good times to wail about hard times. The territory served by the Great Northern Railway is busy creating prosperity, and the Great Northern Railway itself is lending a hand in this constructive endeavor. The Great Northern Railway has made available to producers and shippers throughout this great Northwest Empire a transportation service that represents the acme in dependability and efficiency. Among the services provided for shippers by the Great Northern are fast-through freight on the long hauls between terminals, speedy package car service between important shipping points, swift, long-distance refrigerator train service for food products, specialized equipment to serve such industries as the iron mines of northern Minnesota, the copper mines of Montana, and the lumber interests of Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. Great Northern freight representatives as well as travel bureaus are located in many of the cities from which this program is broadcast. These expert traffic men will be glad to serve you. Dog my cat. If it ain't Bert Pond. Howdy, Bert.
Hello, old-timer.
Say, it's mighty good to be seeing you again, Bert. Quite a spell since the last time we run into each other.
Tried to spell. That was on the Empire Builder, too.
Yes, sir, it was.
Well, I can't say you've changed much, old-timer.
No.
You're looking just about the same as ever.
That's so, Bert?
Yeah, just about the same. I wouldn't say offhand that you look a bit older than you did then.
Well, thanks, Bert.
Yeah, you sure do keep spry. It beats me how you do it.
Well, maybe it's because I don't do an awful lot of worrying anymore, Bert. You know, I used to be a pretty good hand at worrying, especially over things that it wasn't no good to worry about.
Yeah, well, you never had any more worries than I had, old-timer.
You have been a powerful worry upon, but me, I'm slipping. I can't do near as good a job of worrying as I used to.
Well, you don't think it's 'cause you're picking up in years, do you, old-timer?
No. Oh, no, it's not that. I just found out how darn foolish it was. Right when I used to be getting in my heaviest worrying licks, why, all of a sudden, I'd find out that what I was worrying about had up and gotten readjusted like.
You don't say.
Yes, sir. That's the way it always turns out.
Well, I don't know. Now, if you had my worries...
Now, just how are things going, anyway?
Rotten.
What?
Rotten. I'm telling you, old-timer, I never saw times worse.
No, Bert. You know better than that. I remember back in '93 when you had to sell your buggy to buy feed for your horse.
Yes, I do sort of remember something like that.
Yeah, and then you had to borrow my rig so you could go a-courting Ella Temple. You know, it always seemed odd to me that you two didn't get hitched up along about then.
Well, I reckon we would have, only, that year times was so hard.
Well, times weren't too hard for Ella. Wanted in '94, she up and married Joe Pike over in Bonners Ferry.
Yeah, it was June of '94. You see, I'd been waiting for times to, pick up a little more.
I see. But Joe Pike wasn't much start on waiting, was he? And he wasn't any better fixed than you were, Bert.
Not as well fixed, I reckon. I had to live with his folks for a while. Times were so hard. But if I'd known the 4 times wasn't going to last no longer than they did, well...
Say, 4 times never last as long as most folks figure they will, Bert. They come around every so often, but before you know it, they're gone again.
Well, they're worse right now than they've been since '93 anyway, old-timer.
Great catfishing catamounts, Bert. You sure are forgetful. Say, how about that spell in 1907? When you was staying up nights, figuring how you was going to keep the sheriff away from that little mill you had then.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I was mighty worried then.
Yes, you was worried some in 1920, weren't you, Bert? You know, right after the government canceled those war contracts you had.
I sure was.
And then you had the best years you ever had. See, I guess your mill's one of the biggest in the state now, ain't it, Bert?
Well, I should hope to tell you. But I ain't taking any chances of getting caught in this here slump. The fact is, I'm on my way up there right now. And when I get there...
Yes? And what's going to happen when you get there?
I'll tell you what's going to happen. First off, I'm going to fire that darn moonin' nephew of mine, fast-turn catfish.
You are? Why, he's your superintendent, isn't he?
Well, he won't be after I get there.
I always thought you was right fond of your nephew. What's come up?
Plenty. But the main thing, well... You see, about a week ago, I wired him to cut the payroll in half.
Oh, scatter my chipmunks, Bert. You didn't do a thing like that, did you?
Yep, I sure did.
Say, I'll bet he didn't do it.
What in thunderation makes you think that?
Well, sort of intuition, I guess, Bert. You know, that nephew of yours always impressed me as being pretty cool-headed.
Cool-headed as a horseradish. Here, you wait a second now. I'll show you something. Here it is. You read this.
Telegram, eh? Well, what's it about?
It's the wire he sent me when I ordered him to chop the payroll. Read it. It's only 2 words long.
All right, Bert, thanks. Well, it's this. It says, go.
Yeah.
Bert, only 2 words. Reckon he didn't need to finish it, did he?
No, but I'll finish him.
No, Bert. Don't go to kicking over the faces. Say, how did your business last year compare with the business this year or the year before?
Well, business the year before, let's see, way less. 8% under.
8%. Well. And you want to cut your payroll in half. Say, Bert Pond, I'm plumb ashamed of you. Yeah, right when things are due for an upturn.
Well, I'm going to play safe. That's what I'm going to do. Why, what makes you think things are due for an upturn?
Why, Bert, they've begun to pick up already. Every sign is pointing better times ahead.
I got to see him first. No, sir, I'm not taking chances. I'm going to whack that payroll down the minute I hit Milltown, or the minute after. Anyway, just as soon as I can bounce my nephew and that girl of his out of the yarn.
Girl, did you say, Bert?
Yes, he's been shining around the girl. She's putting all these highfalutin notions in his head.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, she's one of these here social workers.
Social worker, eh? Say, that sounds fine.
Not to me, it don't. I don't aim to have no woman snooping around my mill. Well, no Laura Gray's going to run the mill anyway.
Say, what name did you say?
Laura Gray's the name.
Laura Gray, eh? Say, you'll have to excuse me a bit, Bert.
Hey, you're not running away, are you?
No, I'll be back. Now, if that ain't too good. With Miss Gray right here on the Empire
What town, place?
Libby, sir. Yes, sir. This is Libby.
And do we stop here long?
No, sir. Only a minute or so. We'll be leaving right away. Beg pardon, mister. I promised to get a fill for a lady.
All right, Father. Go along with your fellows.
Mister, can I leave my baby here a moment?
What? The baby, huh?
Oh, I've got to run back a moment, please.
Well, I suppose.
Oh, thank you. Baby mine. Mother's got to leave you. Darling. Baby. Goodbye.
Well,
My. What a sweet baby. Your grandchild?
No, thanks. Girl left it here.
Oh, well, what big blue eyes it has.
Huh?
All in pink, too. Must be a girl. Is it?
How should I know? Girl left it here. Great gosh, all crab apples. What's that?
What's that?
Doggone it, that girl ought to be getting back here.
It is a good baby. I've had mine myself, and I know. Now,
I tell you, it ain't my baby. Some battered girl left it here. What's that? What a train starting. Hey, Popper, conductor, somebody. You're pulling out leaving this kid's mother.
Well, I can't imagine any mother leaving her baby with a person like you. I'm going right back to my seat.
Now, wait a minute. Listen here. Oh, now. Gosh, old crab apples, she's starting to cry, too. Now what am I going to do? Blast it.
Back again, old-timer?
Yeah. And I reckon I've got some good, I've got some news for you, Miss Gray.
Oh, don't be so formal, old-timer. Call me Laura. And what's this news you have for me?
Well, you know, after I left you here in the observation lounge, then I ran into an old friend of mine, Bert Pond.
Jim's uncle?
Yeah, Jim's uncle.
Oh.
Say, he's going to Milltown, too. Seems he's got one of his cautious streaks on, planning to do a lot of whacking and slashing on the payroll and such.
I know. I saw the telegram he sent Jim.
I reckon maybe you had. But did you happen to see the answer Jim sent back?
Yes. You know, old-timer, it may sound awful, but I guess I'm responsible for it.
Well, I can't say there was any language wasted. Say, and Jim's uncle all burned up over it.
Oh, but it was so absurd, the thing he wanted Jim to do. Now imagine cutting the payroll in half when business is only 7% under a year ago.
8%, Laura. Bert said 8%.
That shows how close he keeps track of things. It was 8%, but December sales cut it to 7%.
Well, you seem to keep a pretty close check on things, Laura.
Well, I've seen the statements and the order sheets, and I've seen the inventory of reserve stock, and it's down to almost nothing. And advance orders are already picking up. Oh, I tell you, old-timer, there isn't justification for any cut in payroll.
Well, I've been trying to tell Bert that, Laura, but I don't know. You know, sometimes I think Bert can't see any further than the end of his nose. And he's stubborn as he is.
Oh, I know. But Jim won't cut the payroll. I told Jim if he carried out those orders of his uncle's, well, that I wouldn't marry him. There.
Well, now, that sort of leaves Jim between doesn't it, Laura?
Well, how do you mean?
Well, if Jim don't make the cut, I reckon Bert will fire him. Then if you marry Jim, he won't have no job to keep up a home on.
It isn't his job I'm worrying about, old-timer. It's the jobs of those other workers at the mill. You know, men with families and children, and maybe nothing put aside. It's the children and mothers who suffer most.
Miss Old-timer?
Oh, someone's calling you,
Miss
old-timer.
Old-timer.
Hello, well, here I am, Jackson.
Doggone, Miss Old-timer, I've been looking all up and down the Empire Building for you.
Yeah, well, what about, Jackson?
About that baby. It needs you.
Baby? What baby, Jackson?
Mr. Pond's baby.
Bert Pond's baby? Scatter my chipmunk, Jackson. Say, what on earth are you talking about?
Mr. Pond's done got a baby, Miss Old-timer.
What?
It's about a 12-pound baby gal, and you doggone it.
Good heavens, Jackson. This sounds scandalous.
Worse than that, it's calamity.
It's what?
It's calamity.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
Mr. Pond, ever since he had the baby, he's been wanting this, and wanting that, and wanting other things. He don't know what it is he is wanting.
Well?
Suppose I don't mind, but I wish it was more calm and collected like.
Is there anything particular that he's wanting now, Jackson?
Yes, sir. You. Me. He's wanting you, Mr. Old-timer.
Well, I'll have to run up and see what all this excitement is about. Say, would you excuse me, Laura?
Certainly.
Bert Pond, if this ain't a sight for sore eyes. Say, that's a mighty pretty baby you've got there holding on to that nose of yours. Is it a boy or girl?
Good gosh, old crab apples, how should I know? 50 people have asked me that already.
Now, Bert, calm down a bit.
Here I was sitting all alone, and a woman has to come and leave this baby with me.
So you've been taking care of the baby for her.
Huh?
Now, I sort of gathered from Jackson that the baby was threatened. And now here I find her cooling and smiling as fine as you please.
Yeah, well, that's because she's got a hold of my nose. She likes to hold on to it. If I don't let her hold on to my nose, she whimpers.
What?
Whimpers. She whimpers until I let her hold my nose again.
Oh, whimpers.
Yes, everybody's laughing at me, too.
Not laughing, Bert. Just smiling. You know, it always makes people feel kind of good to see a baby making over an old fella like you or me.
Well, it ain't me she likes, it's my nose. Now, you look now. I'm going to take the hand away. Here you are, baby. Now, see how much better I can talk now?
Yes, but the baby don't seem so pleased. It looks like she's clouding up to cry.
No. See, old-timer, what'd I tell you?
Now, here, wait a minute. Have you tried letting her hold your watch?
No, but maybe she would do that. Now, let's see. Here, baby. Here. There you are. Pretty watch. Watch go tick.
Now, you see? She stopped fretting already.
Sure, she stopped fretting. That's a mighty fine watch. That's the watch the club gives me.
It looks like a dandy watch to me. Looks like a railroader's watch.
Yeah, it keeps perfect time, just like a railroader's watch, too, and everything. Yeah, you see them things there in the fob? Yeah, they're gold nuggets from Alaska.
Hey, it sure is a pretty watch.
But hey, look out. Oh, gosh, she threw it on the floor.
Scatter my chipmunk, that's just what she's done. Well, didn't you hear me holler?
Oh, yes, I heard you holler after she'd gone and done it. And the watch the clock give me, too.
Well, now here, I'll pick it up. Maybe they busted. Hey, crystal's broke. Oh?
Does it run? I says, is it running?
No, Bert. I don't hear no tick-tick. But the nuggets ain't hurt none, no.
Say, now, look here. Don't it. The baby's starting to fret again.
No, well, I guess she didn't like it, Bert, when you laid her down on the seat after she threw the watch on the floor. You know, babies are mighty touchy sometimes. Now, you better pick her up again.
Yes, I guess you're right. Here you go now, baby. Here. Say, old-timer.
Yeah?
Field.
What?
Doggone me now. Why don't I look what I'm doing?
Bert, I guess you don't know much about babies. Oh, but, by the way, did you happen to see any package or letter or anything that might have been left with the baby?
No, I don't, sir. Yes, there was a package, but I give it to the porter to throw out. There wasn't nothing in it but some dish towels.
Dish towels?
Yeah.
I reckon, Bert, that was a mistake.
Eh? Say, old-timer, now what are we going to do here now?
Now, there's just one thing, I reckon. Say, there's a girl on this Empire Builder, Bert, who I understand's a mighty good hand with babies. Say, I'll go fetch her.
Oh, that's fine. Good. Is there someone you know, old-timer?
Yes, and I figure you're going to know her right well, too. You see, Bert, she's Laura Gray.
What? Here, no. Here. Whatchy. You darn little skeezick.
Oh, the darling baby. Here. Oh, I must hold it.
Well, you better be careful, miss. You better be careful where you hold it.
Oh, well, I don't mind a little thing like that. Do I, baby kid?
Hey, you folks, now give me time to introduce you. Mr. Pond, Miss Gray. Miss Gray, Bert Pond.
How do you do, Mr. Pond?
How do you do?
Well, baby and I are going to have to leave you right now, because...
See, I reckon the maid on the Empire Builder can maybe help out in just such an emergency as this, Laura. You see,
right, yes,
Say now,
yes,
young lady, don't you keep that baby too long. Tain't yours.
Nor yours, Mr. Pond. I'll
That's
be
so.
right back.
Well, I never. So that's Laura Gray, is it?
yes, that's Laura Gray.
Well, you think she'll bring the baby back?
I don't know. Anyway, what difference does it make to you?
Nothing.
Yeah, I figured that, Bert.
Well, I don't think much of that mother, though. Leaving her baby here and not coming back.
Oh, you don't, eh?
No, I don't. Throwing her baby on somebody else's hands to take care of.
Well, Bert, I wouldn't be too critical until I knew something about what her problems were. You know, maybe she's had a 8% reduction in her income and is reducing overhead.
Say now, old-timer, what are you
Here
trying
we are again, folks. Only took a minute. And now baby's fresh as a rosebud. To keep them can be very expensive.
Well, I was just thinking. When times get better, I might provide for this here baby.
Well, I'm sure that would be too great an expense for you, Mr. Pond.
Oh, is that so? Well, let me tell you something, young lady. I own the mill at Milltown. I'm Jim Pond's uncle, that's who. Uncle of the fellow you're engaged to.
Yes. But now I think maybe I'll break the engagement.
Why?
Because I'm afraid that, well, we wouldn't agree, you and I. You're such a confirmed pessimist. You just make life unhappy for both Jim and me.
Well, why? What do you mean, me, a pessimist?
Worse than that, Mr. Pond. You're a calamity howler. And you're one of the very men who make depressions, who go about at the least flurry, knocking off payrolls and stifling business. Oh, maybe you think you're an industrial leader, but you're just a big industrial scarecrow.
Now, you look here, Miss Gray. Don't you know the times is hard? I'm cutting my payroll because I...
Oh, you never cut payrolls. You just cut wages. And every man, woman, and child in America is on your payroll, whether they have jobs or not. And directly or indirectly, you have to feed feed them and clothe them. Oh, the sick, the aged, the orphan, and the foundling, like this baby here, are on your payroll, and old Tiger's payroll, and mine.
Well, I never heard such thing.
Oh, yes, you have, but you haven't listened. Why, America's payroll, its invisible payroll, runs into millions, even in the very best of times, when every able-bodied man is employed.
You mean like these here community chests?
Well, that's just one part of the invisible payroll. And every cut you make on that visible payroll, the one you see and keep books on, every cut you make on that merely adds to America's big invisible payroll that you and I have to help pay.
Well, I must say I never looked at it quite like that.
I know you haven't. You've only thought in terms of profits and dividends, instead of in terms of human life and happiness. And when you don't think in terms of happiness and life, you're cutting profits. You know, unhappy, suffering people don't buy much.
Say, Laura's right about that, Bert.
Well...
Right now, your profits have fallen only 7%. And if you're sensible, Mr. Pond, they won't drop anymore. They'll gain.
Gain, well...
Absolutely. The world is just about ready to start buying again. Supplies are down. Why, your own reserve stocks have almost vanished. And your part of the world, Mr. Pond, will start buying more than ever before from you. If you don't keep them from it.
What do you mean, keep them from it?
By cutting production, efficiency, quality, and most of all, buying power.
Yes, well, that all sounds very well in theory, Miss Gray, but in practice now...
Oh, you have to be shown, do you? All right. Here's your example. This baby, asleep here, deserted by her mother. That baby had a job. Oh, just being a baby that her own mother could care for, bringing joy and contentment and hope, and oh, everything worth living for, to mother. And the mother had a job too, being a mother. Why, they were the two greatest jobs in the world. The mother had another job too, Mr. Pond, until you made that first payroll cut, the small one in Milltown. When she lost that job, 3 jobs were gone. Whom did you give them to?
Who did I give them to?
Yes, whom did you give them to? Oh, I don't want to try to imagine what the mother's job is now. Let's just think about whom you're giving this baby's job to. What is it?
Who did I give them to?
Yes, whom did you give them to? Oh, I don't want to try to imagine what the mother's job is now. Let's just think about whom you're giving this baby's job to. What orphan home...
Now, look here. No orphan home's going to have this baby.
Oh, don't be too sure about that. You forget that I'm a social worker, and I can place this child where it's best for it. Why, you couldn't begin to care for it.
Well, now, couldn't you and Jim and I, couldn't we sort of all together? Well, now, look here. I want to help, Laura.
No, I'm afraid not. You see, Mr. Pond, this payroll slashing is sort of epidemic. One does it and another follows, just because. And just because is many a person's reason, not just a woman's reason. And if you make that 50% cut at the mill, well, I'm going to cut Jim off, too. Just because.
No, please, Miss Gray, don't you go doing that. Why, think of this baby.
Oh, must I do all the thinking, Mr. Pond?
No. Yes. Oh, well, very well, then. All right, I won't chop the payroll. Darn me, I'll add to it. From now on, you're going to be our efficiency expert. And
as nearly this baby's mother as I can possibly be. Oh, look, she's away.
That darn little skeezy. Witch-a-boo. Witch-a-boo. Hi-ho, yay-ho, good times are coming, so cheer up. Let's be carefree and sort of humming, then all your troubles will clear up. Make life a song and a dance, give care up, we'll kick in the pants, just yell and tell the world you're happy. Good times are coming, so cheer up.
10 years ago, when hysterical people were weeping over a so-called business depression, a great metropolitan newspaper came out boldly with the slogan, 1921 will reward fighters. Every reader of that newspaper saw himself as a potential fighter. Every manufacturer and every businessman who read that slogan took heart. 1921 did reward fighters. 1931, too, will reward fighters. Business is far from dead. It must be fought for. And those who fight will reap the rewards now as 10 years ago. The Great Northern Railway and the Western Pacific Railway are jointly engaged in a $15 million project. Notably, the California Extension, now under construction and to be completed and ready for operation early next year. The Great Northern Railway faces this year of 1931 with confidence. Tonight's Empire Builders playlet again featured Harvey Hayes as the old-timer. Laura Gray, the social worker, was Lucille Husting. Bert Pond was Bob White. The baby, Betty White. And the mother, Bernadine Flynn. This is Ted Pearson speaking. Empire Builders comes to you every Monday night from the Chicago studios of the National Broadcasting Company.
And this is Westinghouse KYW, the Chicago Herald and Examine station.
The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer. Episode in the lives of those two ancient gumshoe experts, Cy and Elmer. We last saw these rural correspondence school detectives as they received their detective equipment from the mail-order school and were plunged headlong into their first case. A stranger who had just arrived in Pumpkinville was seen going into the bank, and the venerable Rubes followed him in. But when they got inside the bank, the stranger was gone, and the cashier was lying on the floor in a pool of blood. Cy has fainted dead away, as he always does at the mention of blood, and Elmer is trying to revive him. As we look into the bank and see Cy and Elmer.
Cy, wake up, dead baby. Cy. Come on, Cy, wake up. Will you come on? What good is a detective that faints when he saves a little blood?
What happened to me, Elmer?
No, same as always happens to you. You fainted like a darn fool of schoolmarm.
Where am I, Elmer?
You're sitting on the floor of the bank, and right behind that counter is a dead man.
Dead man?
Yes.
Oh, Elmer, I'm going to faint again.
No, you're not now. You're going to stand up here on your hind legs and help me do a little detecting.
Do a little detecting about what? Elmer, if we want any detecting done, we better call for the sheriff.
Yes, that's so. We don't need no sheriff to help us, Cy Perkins. We're regular detectives now ourselves.
We are.
You bet your life. Don't you remember that we got our detective outfits from the correspondence school and got started on the first case today?
Yeah, I kind of do remember that now.
Yeah,
but why did I faint?
I don't know.
Well, we followed that city slicker into the bank. But when we got in here, he was gone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And the cashier's laying there murdered. Laying there murdered in a pool of blood.
Blood?
Yeah.
Elmer, you ought to know better than to say blood to me.
Now, looky here. Cy, don't you faint again, you old buzzard. We got what to do.
Then let's get started on it, so we can quit it quicker.
Yes, let's. But where are we going to start?
Well, look in our instruction book on detecting.
Yeah, wait a minute now. Here, where is it? Yeah, here it is. The very first thing in the book says, right here, immediately you reach the scene of the crime.
The scene of the crime?
Yes, sir.
We never seen it.
No, it don't make no difference. The book says to search for clues.
And let's start a searching. Where do you figure is the most likely place for clues to be?
Well, now look. You look behind that cashier's counter there, Si, and I look in the president's office.
Nothing doing, Elmer. You look behind the counter. I can't get no real detecting done if I gotta faint every 5 minutes.
No, all right. Here we go. Wait a minute. You better close that door so nobody won't see us working in here. Si, what did you slam that door so darn hard for? I bet you scared every darn clue out of the place.
Yeah. How do you know a clue when you see one?
Well, the book says that valuable clues may be found in the pieces of cloth and fingerprints and such like. Say, wait a minute. Here's a funny thing.
What's that?
Yes, cashier feller is gone.
He has what?
He has gone.
But he was dead.
Yes, certainly was dead. But dead or no dead, Si Perkins is gone now. Come here, you take a look.
Me?
Yeah.
And all right. If he's gone, I'll look. Yeah. Well, darned if he ain't gone. But how, Elmer?
Yes, but how? Yeah. Wait a minute, I know.
Huh?
While we was talking there by the president's office side, that dead fellow came to. Came right to and walked out the back door.
And how do you know that there is a back door?
No, for land's sakes, there's a back door in every bank. Looky here, how do you suppose the president all his manages to be going when anybody wants to borrow some money?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
and now that dead feller's run away, I reckon he took all the clues with him.
Well, Si Perkins, you're getting softer in the head every day.
What's
Softer in the head every day.
What about?
Criminals don't take clues with them.
Huh?
They forget them.
Hmm.
Now, what else the book say about clues there?
Well, it says to always make a note of the exact hour and date of the crime.
You're right, we'll do it. Now, it's just 19 seconds past 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the date is, what is the date? Ought to be a calendar around here someplace.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, and just look at the day, Elmer.
Yeah, what is it?
This is a Sunday.
Sunday. It can't be Sunday.
Why can't it be? Yesterday was Saturday.
But what was the cashier doing in here in the bank on Sunday?
Now, let's get outside and think this thing over. If I get any more mixed up, I'll faint again.
Yeah, come on. Now, shut that door careful, will you, Si, so nobody won't disturb the evidence.
Yeah.
Tell you what we do. Go next door to the soda fountain in Steve's store. Careful now, careful.
There she is, Elmer. The door's shut good and tight. Yeah, it's pretty hot out in this sun, ain't it?
Yes, plenty hot. Looks like Steve's place open all right.
Yeah, of course it's open. You know Steve always does his biggest business on a Sunday.
Hello there, boys. Sure hot, ain't it? What'll you have?
Well, Steve, I guess you take a chocolate soda.
Well, I ain't so sure. My misery has been acting up some today.
Oh, forget your misery, Si. Give a Si the same as me, Steve.
Say, I never noticed them stars on you boys before.
Ain't never been there before. Just new today. Brand new.
Yeah. What are you doing? Playing detective? Elmer, you're getting pretty old for that sort of thing, ain't you?
Say, now, wait a minute. We're playing nothing. Steve, we're regular detectives.
Well, I guess you won't get much business in this town.
Say, don't you be too darn certain of that, Steve. We're working on a case right now that's...
Say, Elmer.
What?
Don't be telling all our business to these ordinary common storekeeper fellas.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Si. A case in the hand is worth 2 in the bank. So long, Steve.
Hey, hold on, you fellas. You ain't drunk your sodies. No, nor paid me for 'em, neither.
We ain't got time now. Come on, Si. Come on, hurry up, will you? Come on, let's get out here.
That makes me nervous, Elmer. You rushed me out of there so fast.
Hey, never mind that, Si. Never mind. Look at the door of the bank. Standing wide open. Didn't I tell you to shut that tight?
I did shut it.
Well, it's open now. I can see that, even if I'm a detective. If anybody's in there disturbing our clues, well, we just have to arrest them.
Do you know how to arrest a fella?
Certainly do.
Yeah?
You just say, sort of stern and terrible like, you know.
Yeah?
I now arrest you in the name of the law.
Ah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Then if they resist arrest, put handcuffs on them.
We got to be mighty careful now, Elmer.
Yeah.
Let's just sneak up to the window and say, who's in there?
Ain't all right, but remember you're sneaking and
Yeah.
don't stick your head up too high. Easy now, easy, Si.
It don't seem to be nobody there.
Yes, there's. Look,
Huh?
there's a shadow moving on the glass wall of the president's office.
Yeah.
Maybe we better not go in.
Reckon not. He might have a gun.
Oh, what if he has? We got our pistols too, ain't we?
Yeah, but maybe he knows how to use his.
Yeah, come on in and stop your darn worrying. Si Perkins, don't you shush me now.
Elmer, look careful at that shadow. Ain't that the city slicker we followed in here?
Sweet sassafras if it ain't. Say, he's got a lot of nerve, ain't he?
But where was he when we was in there?
Well, how should I know? I'm a detective.
Well, if you're so good, go on in and arrest him.
All right, you put a gun on him. I'll have the handcuffs all ready now.
I told you I can't get my gun out of this darn harness gadget.
Oh, well, then here, take mine. I got the handcuffs all ready here now. Now we'll sneak in quiet.
Put up your hands there, mister. I got you covered.
Oh, hello, Rubes. What's all artillery for? Going duck hunting?
That's enough, you city slicker. We are the law here, and you're under arrest.
Bet your life. Show me a star, Si. Show me a star while I figure out these stern handcuffs.
There it is, mister. How do you like that for a star? Kinda gets in your eyes, don't it? Says, detective right on it.
Oh, so you're detectives.
Betcha.
Well, now you boys can help me then. Look at my star. How do you like that?
Huh?
Regular New York one.
I'm working on this case myself.
Well, what do you know about that?
For goodness sake, Si. A regular big city detective, and we was going to arrest him.
Yeah, we could have done it, too.
Oh, that's okay by me. Anybody can make mistakes. Now, if you fellas want to help me, come here and look at something.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. By Samantha, we'll do it.
What do you got to show us?
Just come and look in this vault.
Look right into that dark vault?
Sure. Come on, right on in here. Now take a good long look. Take all the time you want to look around, boys. I better be going. I'll miss my train. Well, so long, Rube.
Say, what is
Now, wait a minute. Hey, quit you there. What's the matter with you? My goodness.
Elmer, where are you?
I'm right here by the door, Si.
Well, open the door so we can see.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Are you sure? Try pushing it.
Say, what do you think I've been doing anyway with this store? I've been pushing on it. Think I've been playing tiddlywinks?
Yeah, darned if it ain't locked good and tight. That scamp locked us in this bank vault and run for the train.
Si, you know something? I got it all figured out. He ain't no detective at all. He's a crook.
Yeah. Elmer.
What?
What's this on the floor?
On the floor?
Yeah.
Well, where I feel? Where you feeling? Oh, that. That feels like a dead body.
A dead body? I'm a-slipping.
Now, looky here, Si. Now, Si, this ain't no time for you to faint on me, I tell you. Si. Well, sweet sassafras. Darned if he ain't going and went and fainted again.
Now, Si and Elmer are worse off than before. In the next episode, the detectives will try to solve the mystery of the bank vault. Your announcer will tell you when you may hear the next episode of Si and Elmer over this station.
Westinghouse, KYW, the Chicago Herald and Examiner station.
Gentlemen, on your toes. Friendly Five Footnotes are on the air, and Friendly Fred is introducing them with his own original tap dance. One, two, three, four, five. Count them. 5 Friendly Five Footnotes sent to you by the makers of Friendly Five Shoes for Men and their local dealer. Number 1, Freddie Rich and his Friendly Five Orchestra are on hand with Friendly Fred to furnish more of the music for which they're known. Number 2, yes, just as we promised, Casey Jones world-renowned aviator and vice president of the Curtiss-Wright Corporation, speaking from New York, will tell you what happened in aviation this week. Number 3. In these days when appearance counts for so much, to be well-dressed is not extravagant. It's true economy. And remember, too, that it's impossible to be neatly dressed unless your shoes are in keeping with the rest of your clothing. Go to your nearest Friendly Five dealer and be stylishly fitted in a pair of the new fall or winter models. They add 100% to your appearance. Number 4, no more advertising on this program. Number 5, the program begins. Friendly Fred and the Friendly Five Orchestra present I Know That You Know.
I know that you know that I'll go where you go. I choose you, won't lose you. I wish you knew how much I long to hold you in my arms. This time is my time. You'll soon be goodbye time. Then in the starlight, hold me tight. With one more little kiss, say nighty-night.
Put on your dancing shoes, for here comes I'm Just a Dancing Sweetheart.
Just a dancing sweetheart, that's all she seems to be. While she dreams of love and a real romance, all they're thinking of is another dance. Dearest, I love you, they croon in her ear. It's only the words of a tune that they hear. She's just a dancing sweetheart, and nobody seems to care.
In that same graceful Friendly Five style, If I Had to Go On Without You.
the sun comes over the hill, let it keep shining as long as it will. It's shining in vain, it might as well rain if I have to go on without you. What if the birds keep singing all day? Let them keep singing and singing away. They might as well fly far off in the sky if I have to go on without you. You are my only sunshine, you are my only song. How can I bear to lose you? I've cared for you too long. What if I rise, or what if I fall? What does it matter what happens at all? For there's nothing new to look forward to if I have to go on without you.
Again, the makers of Friendly Five Shoes for Men take pleasure in introducing Casey Jones, famous aviator and vice president of the Curtiss-Wright Corporation, who will pilot our Friendly Five footnotes from New York. A turn of the switch, and here he is, Casey Jones himself.
Hello, folks. Casey Jones speaking. When you see a squadron of military airplanes flying overhead, you do not realize that under peace conditions it has taken 3 years to develop and produce them. The Army needs a plane for some specific purpose. One or more manufacturers submit drawings and an estimate of weight and performance. If satisfactory, an experimental plane is built and brought to Dayton, where the engineering division of the Army is located. It is first given a series of preliminary observation flights by 3 or more test pilots, and then taken to the shops and carefully weighed to determine whether the manufacturer has met his specified requirements. Performance of paramount importance in a military airplane is largely dependent on weight, which must be kept at a minimum, subject, of course, to necessary strength requirements. In addition to the plane and motor itself, the armament, including bombs and machine guns, the radio, the instruments, photographic equipment, and a host of other apparatus essential to the modern fighting airplane, are checked as to installation and construction by a corps of experts. The airplane is then returned to the pilots, who put it through a grueling series of flight tests and determine exactly its flying characteristics and performance. If it meets all these rigid requirements, or can be made to do so with reasonable changes, the manufacturer is given an order for 5 or 10 ships, which are sent to a tactical unit and given a 6 to 12 months test under service operating conditions. Finally, a quantity production order is placed, and the plane becomes a standard service type, such as you see. Though this procedure appears cumbersome, it has proved effective, as the performance of our military ships compare favorably with that of other nations, and the result has been achieved with a minimum of expense.
Thank you, Casey. We'll be expecting to hear from you next week, too. And now let's get together with Friendly Fred and the Friendly Five Orchestra for a Dixie Jamboree. That ends it. Friendly Five footnotes come to you each week through the courtesy of the manufacturers of Friendly Five Shoes for Men and your local dealer. Did you notice the absence of advertising talk in this program? It was as easy on your mind as Friendly Five Shoes are on your feet. And by the way, have you been told that it is difficult to fly? Then if you have, you will be interested in reading a book which has been written explaining the rudiments of aviation. called It's Easy to Fly. You may secure your copy from your local Friendly Five dealer, whose name will be given in just a few moments. And more Friendly Five footnotes next week. And now Friendly Fred bids you goodbye to the tune of the Friendly Five theme song, I've Got $5. And now for your local announcer.
The last of 4 episodes that we have of the Friendly Five Footnotes from sometime in 1931. We're going to hear a lot of other great music from the 1930s in the coming weeks and months on Radio Journeys. More Anson weeks coming up. In addition, we'll start hearing from Kay Kyser, one of the great band leaders of the early to mid-1930s, a little later on Radio Journeys. Next week, we have more of the Empire Builders, and we'll be also featuring another new serial from the 1930s, Omar the Wizard of Persia. The first episode, Omar the Wizard of Persia, coming up alongside the 3rd episode of The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer. That's all coming up next week here on Radio Journeys. Until then, have a great week, everyone. I'm John Grimmett, and this has been Radio Journeys.